You might know Phil Collins from his amazing solo career. You might know him as the drummer of Genesis. But today, Lauren is going to stop by the channel and knock out 5 songs from Phil Collins you should check out coming right up. Hey, it's Russ and Lauren from the Infectious Groove music channel here on YouTube, and we've been doing a series lately that was suggested by a viewer of 5 songs to start with. And like I mentioned before, Phil Collins, you might know him from Genesis, you might know him from his solo career, but either way, you might not know where to start. So this is a cool series for us because it's not always hidden gems and songs you don't know or underrated songs. We can slide some hits into this. Yep. So Lauren is a big Phil Collins fan.
Yeah.
And so I think you have picks from both his solo and Genesis.
I do.
Right. Take it away.
I am going to present them to you in chronological order.
Oh.
I know. So the one that I want to start with it was actually originally a Peter Gabriel era Genesis song. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when Phil Collins kind of took over lead singing duties, he did a great job with this song live. And it's I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe. Holy moly. It's on their live album, Seconds Out. But for me, the definitive version of Phil Collins doing this song is on YouTube. And oh my goodness, he's dancing around like a little sprite. And it's like he was meant to come out from behind the drums and do this thing.
Yeah. I think people feel both ways about Phil. Like if they got into Genesis back then, they were surprised when he came out from behind the drum kit. And people that saw him, met Phil as a solo artist are like, oh, and he drummed too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going in chronological order. The next one you have apparently is from a record called And Then There Were Three.
It is.
Which must be post Peter Gabriel.
It must be.
Yes.
It must be, because there were 3. And this is probably one of my favorite Phil Collins vocals. It's Follow You, Follow Me. And I think it's just like a sweet love song. And you can, as we get after this, it is not that anymore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just that's why I wanted to do these in order, because it kind of tells the story of where Phil Collins was as a performer and a songwriter.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of people, again, don't know that period. Like Genesis in the 80s became real big for the poppy hits, which is great. But a lot of people don't know that there was still like an experimental, less poppy period after Peter left and before they went full pop. So now you're going into the first time Phil bestowed a solo record upon us.
Yes. And it's a song with the complete opposite message of Follow You, Follow Me. It is I Don't Care Anymore. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if there was ever a song that was like the embodiment of the middle finger, it is this song. Mm-hmm. It is so cutting and like mean without saying anything and that's actually mean.
Impassioned vocal.
Oh my God, yeah. It's just like, okay, this is definitely what Phil Collins was meant to do.
Yeah, well, you hear songs like Missing You by John Waite, or he continually says, I ain't missing you. Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. Yes, you are, John. No, Phil don't care.
He don't care anymore.
Phil, much like the honey badger,
don't care.
Don't care. It's probably not a relevant reference anymore.
Doesn't matter.
So I mentioned earlier, Genesis very much riding the wave of 80s pop. Mm-hmm. And then as we got into the late 80s and early 90s, they were like, well, that's not for us anymore.
Right.
Yeah, and so I think this is a great pick, too, because I loved 80s era Genesis, but this, to me, is kind of a... we're done here.
We're done here. Yeah. We're just going to have a good time. Yeah, it's I Can't Dance. Oh, my gosh. You know me and my, comic sensibilities, and I just think this song is so funny. The video is so funny, and it's like, I immediately gravitated towards it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where when I first saw the video was a little on the nose for me.
Well, yeah.
But the more, like, I just recently caught it again on YouTube or something, and I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Because, I mean, the song is very on the nose. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of surprised that the video was too. But I like it as much. It's a little harder edge from that era, that lineup of Genesis.
Yeah.
I am not going to speak during this next entire song because I have heard it played at far too many funerals in my life. So please tell us what your 5th Phil Collins song is.
Sure. Phil Collins decided to do Elton John things and do music for a Disney movie, and You'll Be in My Heart from the Tarzan soundtrack. And the reason I wanted to put this on here was to kind of illustrate that, he was doing different things as his career kind of moved on. And the fact that he put such thought into music for a Disney movie, I'm like, Okay, and the fact that you're having this emotional response to a song from a Disney movie speaks volumes to what Phil Collins did.
And as promised, I will not be commenting on that song. However, this was 5 songs that Lauren had for everybody to get into Phil Collins. So if you know either era of Phil and you want to know more of the other, this is a great place to start. And one thing about this series, well, every video we put up, we always say, oh, please make sure to use the comment section. But let us know what you would like. If someone said to you, hey, I want to get into Phil Collins, what 5 songs would you pick? Did Lauren hit it dead on? Do you have other songs that you would throw on the list instead to play for other people? We want to know. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.